Hello everybody, today we're going to discuss about Serenoa, the upcoming free unit from the Triangle Strategy collab. He's a very good warrior. His stats are average for the average warrior. And before we're gonna discuss his kit, I want to discuss about his Awakening 4 accessory. His Awakening 4 accessory is 40 physical attack, 30 physical defense, 40 crit, and 300 HP. It taunts all the enemies to the holder of that accessory for 3 turns. And it also grants 15% physical defense up for the holder for 3 turns. This is actually really good if you have Devin A4. It becomes 30% physical defense up unconditional for the first 3 turns. If you have this accessory, both of them on the holder. This is very good. If you also put a Helga in the team, and if you have Harley A4, it becomes 30%, 60% physical damage mitigation, which is insanely strong for a free accessory. And this stabilizes a lot of fights that are less than 3 turns, and allows you to have a lot of flexibility on the opening turns of the battle. Either way, the accessory is very amazing, but we have a kit to discuss, so we should begin discussing his kit. He has a 170 sword nuke that inflicts 30% speed down on the enemy. It's very good for managing the speed of the enemy, if you can extend that. And he has a single ally, 20% physical attack and magical attack up. This is not really a good skill to have because his kit focuses on other things, and this is only for a single ally. He has an ability that he can use 3 times in a battle only. It inflicts 1 hit AoE fire and combusts all the enemies, which is strong in some scenarios. This is also a skill he can use 3 times in a battle. He heals an ally based on percentage of their HP. A max boost, they can heal all of their HP and remove status element. It's a nice skill in some scenarios. And the next skill he has is full friend row 15% physical attack up. This is very good skill actually because he's built to be a support and a DPS unit. This skill right here is taunts all the enemies and grants himself physical defense and magical defense up, which is very strong. His next skill is 210 potency sword AoE. It's a nice skill, but it's not really a multi-hit or anything, so it's not really that helpful. However, the next skill is very important. He calls Benedict, and Benedict gives him 15% physical attack up and double cast for the next skill that Serenoa does. It has to be in the next turn, which is very strong. The next skill is 230 nuke, a max boost, it becomes 400 potency. And if the target is broken, it becomes 1.2 times stronger, which is insanely strong. Considering the fact he can double cast that, this skill is very strong because it deals the damage cap 2 times. And if not really a lot of characters can deal 200,000 damage very easily, unlike Serenoa. Either way, his ultimate is also very strong. It's 4 front row, 10% speed, recovers 1 PP, and charges your ultimate by 1 PP usage, which is insanely strong. Now let's discuss Serenoa's passive. Serenoa's passive is when he uses normal attack, he hits 1 more time. And if he gets hit, he counters back with 1 more attack. So if he uses a normal attack, and if he gets hit, he will shave 3 shields if the sword weakness is there. So what I mean by that is that he has decent breaking even though he doesn't have any multi-hits in his skills. And I'm gonna say this, Serenoa on release might be the best free unit that we ever have. Because Warrior is a very strong class at the moment, and Sereno is a very good tank that can deal DPS and support your entire allies, which is insanely strong for a free unit. And it's not gonna take you a lot of time to max Serenoa, unlike Elvis, because Serenoa is a lot easier to farm. And either way, I'm going to discuss about Roland and Federica now. Unfortunately, I do not have Roland and Fredrica in my Japanese account, so we will have to resort to using the character index for this one. Roland's first two skills are not really important for him. He's not really in need of those first two skills. But when we go to the 1-star skill, it's 20% physical defense down and spear defense down. That is very good because spear defense down is really hard to get. So Roland having one that is extendable, although it's 3 pure battle, you can extend it easily, and it is a very good skill overall. His 1 spear AoE that hits one more time if his passive 1 is activated. This skill is nice to have because it allows him to go back to the back row, which is basically his kid. He wants to be in the back row, and when he swaps to the front row, he gets a lot of buffs. This is the issue with Roland, is that he's very janky to use overall because you want him to be in the back row in order to get bonuses on his skills, but you also want him to be in the front row to receive all the buffs, and this is the issue with Roland. Either way, his second 2-star skill is self PP regen for 2 to 5 turns. This works like Lars, so it's very good if you want to double max boost from 5 BP on the breaking turns. So that is a really nice skill. His 3-star skill is niche, but it can be useful sometimes. The spear damage up is very good. His 4-star skill is 1 single target spear that inflicts 20% physical defense down. This is basically like Fjord's Compling Cup buff for spear. So it's a nice skill, I guess, for spear compositions that nobody can debuff. His first 5-star skill is 1 spear single target nuke that is 1.2 times stronger if the enemy if the Roland hits the enemy before they attack or do any actions. Basically, his second 5-star skill is basically his true nuking option. It's a 3 spear AoE that hits 80 potency, and one more time passive 1 is activated. This skill right here is very amazing for Roland, and it's basically his nuking option because it avoids damage cap, and when the passive 1 is activated, it basically hits more than the 1 single target nuke itself. So that is a very nice skill for Roland. His ultimate is insanely strong. He inflicts 10 or 15% spear defense down on the enemy, and then hits 4 times in a single target. This skill is insanely strong due to the fact that it gives spear defense down in the ultimate category, which is something we never had. So this is basically 10 or 15% more damage on your spear units thanks to Roland ultimate, which is very good. This is a very good ultimate. His passive 1, when he switches to the front row, he gets opponent attack for 1 turn. It gives him 15% all damage up, and certain abilities hit 1 more time. So certain skills have hits 1 more time. The all damage part is basically 15%. Spear damage up or thunder damage up, because he hits thunder in his scared. So basically it acts like 15% spear damage up for him. His 3-star passive is, while at full HP, he grants himself 30% speed up and 15% spear damage up. Roland is basically acting like a breaker slash DPS unit. So the 30% speed really helps him a lot. Even though he's neutrally fast for a merchant at 300 speed at level 100. But there's also classes like thieves, etc. So the 30% speed up is very good on him. How good is Roland? Roland is actually a really good spear unit, even though his main issue is he's gimmicky to use, and once you use Roland correctly, he becomes a very good spear unit. He's our best spear DPS, even though crosser exists. But Roland, having the ability to avoid damage cap, is an extremely strong positive for Roland. Either way, this is my preview on Roland. He's a very good spear unit, basically. And now we should go for Federica now. Federica is a fire DPS unit. Her first skill, she inflicts burning. This means to combust in the global version. Burning is what it's called in the Japanese version. Either way, her star 1 skill is very good too, like Roland. It's magical defense and fire defense down on an enemy. It's a very good skill because if you're running a fire composition, you're unlikely to have magical defense down. Unless you use Lynette, who is 15%. So Federica helps to extend and give it the 30% magical defense down cap. She has a 3x tome single target in her first 2-star skill. It's a nice skill to have for the Scholar Tower, and basically that is its niche. She also has a 30% magical defense, 30% fire defense up, and grants a physical counter buff for 3 to 6 turns. This skill is niche as hell, but it's when you use it, it can be quite effective sometimes. Her next skill is very important. She grants an ally 20% magical attack and fire damage up. Fire damage up acts separately from the magical up, so it will actually add up and give 20% more fire damage, which is insanely strong. Her 4-star skill is decent because it inflicts 20% speed down, which is sometimes very helpful for some certain fights, basically. And it also combusts the enemy or burns the enemy. Her first 5-star skill is like Roland and Serenoa. It's a nuke, but for fire. That is 1.2 times stronger if the enemy is burning or combusted. Her 5-star skill, the second one, is basically quote unquote her nuke. It's a 3 times 80 potency fire nuke that hits all enemies 3 times and inflicts combust or again burning. I'm gonna say burning at this point. Her ultimate is very interesting. She deals a fire nuke that is 1.2 times stronger if the target is burning, but she blocks her PP gain for 3 turns because I guess she's using all of her power. I guess I don't know, but it's a nice ultimate actually. Her passive one is on unconditional 30% fire damage up. This is very strong because fire damage up is basically nice on a passive. And if there is a an enemy that is burning, she has 20% magical damage up, which is strong because magical damage up in the passive category is not really that common at the moment in the global version. Federica's main issue is that she relies on the enemy to be combusted or burning, because she loses a lot of damage if there is no burning enemy. And the issue is that there are enemies that are straight up immune to status element. So Federica is basically not gonna be as effective if she cannot combust the enemy and grant herself 20% magical attack up. Would I recommend you to pull on the triangle strategy board? I would say yes, only if you are a new player that just basically started out and want to pull on the triangle strategy because you like the characters. But the issue is that there are characters that are like Renew or EX Primrose that are basically soon to arrive in the global version, and those are very strong. So, on my perspective, I will actually skip this banner because my rubies are literally demolished, thanks to EX Sophia and Rondo, eating all of my rubies. Either way, if you like Roland or Frederica, it's fine if you pull for them because they are still strong in the Japanese version. And basically, that is that. So I hope you enjoy today's preview and see you later.